Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got a familiar friend this morning. Hang on 1 minute. That really is a flavorful, delightful cup of coffee. Once again, Black Rifle Coffee Company, Just Black Keurig cups. These came just recently, maybe a week or so ago, from my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys right there. Check that out. It's Coffee of the Month Club from Black Rifle Coffee Company. I got this as a Christmas gift 2 years in a row. It's a great gift. I really like it a lot. And it's a terrific cup of coffee. So thanks to Jason, Allison, and the boys. And my coffee mug this morning, the Nerd Dogs. Boy, I love this coffee mug. I think I got this from my sister-in-law, Marilyn. This is a terrific coffee mug. And the reason why we're using this one, I love that there. The reason why we're using this one this morning is because we are going to nerd out a little bit technically. We have a technical addition to the Monday Morning Mailbag and also to the reviews that run on the channel. We'll tell you about that more a little bit later in the show. Really excited to share it with you, though. It's really kind of neat. I like the technical aspect of putting together these shows. Love doing the shaves and sharing all that, and then I love the technical end of it, the editing and that sort of thing. So this is something new we're going to be adding to the videos. Well, today is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everyone here in the United States. Now, what is Labor Day? Well, here's the Wikipedia page listing, and they say Labor Day is a federal holiday in the United States celebrated on the first Monday of September to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of the United States. So you got the day off today because it's a federal holiday. So as we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Hang on, one more sip. Right, and now here's where I usually say, hey, if you're taking me along in your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift, really do appreciate it, but you may not be taking me along on your morning commute because you got the day off. Or maybe you're one of those rare individuals that did have to report to work this morning, so if you did, thanks very much for the lift, and if you're listening to the show later on in the week and you're on your way to work, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. Hey, if you're tuning into the podcast this morning, thanks very much for listening to us via that medium. Really do appreciate that. Boy, we got a terrific show for you this morning. Let me get to my list right here. Oh yeah, here we go. We got a great viewer shaving tip this morning. We got an extra shaving tip. We have a shave den visit. We've got an update to the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup and a couple of other updates regarding that event. Again, we're going to have a little bit of an update on this new technical addition to the videos. We got some great refill comments. We've got some great new wet shave gear to show you. Really terrific stuff. And we also have some questions and comments. So all in all, a really terrific show. Just jam-packed of some great wet shaving information and a few other things. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Want to mention this right here. I got this comment from Doreen, 1971 IFY. Hi, Mark. Great 3MB. I look forward to it every Monday with coffee, of course. I'm from the Netherlands, but still happy to participate in the win. I like Stirling soap a lot. Well, that was in regards to the Stirling soap giveaway in the previous Monday Morning Mailbag. And I just want to thank Doreen, 1971 IFY, for commenting all the way from the Netherlands. I am just so flattered and honored to hear from viewers from all around the world. That is just so amazing. I am continually amazed by the internet and how and its far reach around the world. So thanks to Doreen, 1971 IFY, for tuning in all the way from the Netherlands, and to everyone for tuning in from all around the globe. Thank you so very much. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me wherever you are in the world. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Hey, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Matthew Kramer, also known as Barry, B-E-A-R-Y. That's his screen name. And Matthew writes, "Good morning, Mark. I first started wet shaving about 2 years ago and never knew why some parts of my face were smoother than others. Finally, I realized that my facial hair grows in different directions on the opposite side of my face. So if you can't get a smooth shave on some areas of your face, pay attention to the direction of hair growth, as that could be the issue. Love the show. Thanks, Mark. Yours truly, Matthew Kramer." Hey, Matthew, thanks very, very much for the shaving tip. This is something we have discussed before on the show, but again, it's one of those shaving tips that we like to bring back as a reminder for those of us who may forget about it, and also for new viewers who may have missed it in a previous show. Mapping the beard, because sometimes your facial hair will grow in different directions, and when you think you're shaving with the grain, you might be actually shaving against the grain. So a good rule of thumb is when you first start the traditional wet shave, maybe let your beard grow out for a few days, and then actually take a look at the direction of the facial hair and which direction it's growing, which way that beard growth is growing, so you'll be able to know how best to approach your shave with a safety razor. For instance, maybe on one side of your face, when you shave with the grain, you are shaving with the grain, but maybe on your neck, maybe the hair is growing upwards so that you would be shaving against the grain. So actually shaving what you think would be against the grain is actually going with the grain. That sort of thing. So an absolutely fantastic, fantastic shaving tip, and a great reminder to us all to map the beard. That could very well improve the quality of your shave. So Matthew, thank you again very, very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip on the Monday morning mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Matthew, thanks again for a great shaving tip and a great reminder. Really do appreciate it. Well, we have an extra shaving tip this morning, and it comes from viewer Stephen Maffey. And he writes, "Hey Mark, I told you I discovered a good tip in the YouTube comments. Actually, my wife discovered it. I just finished eating some mini pickles from, I think it's pronounced Maille. It's spelled M-A-I-L-L-E. It's a French-made pickle. I believe they're also known for producing Dijon mustards. I think it's pronounced Maille. It might be pronounced Miley. It might be pronounced My. I'm not sure, but it's spelled M-A-I-L-L-E. So I'm just going to go with Maille. If I've pronounced it incorrectly, my apologies. Please correct me in the comments below. Anyhow, he continues, "They came in the glass jar shown in the pictures. Inside the jar is like a green plastic basket that you can lift up to get the pickles out. My wife said that you can use it like a barbicide jar. Sometimes I soak my razors in alcohol after a shave to clean them. My wife removed the label and it works great. I bought the pickles in the local Meijer grocery store. Great reuse of a glass jar. Have a great week. Sincerely, Steve Maffey." This is absolutely fantastic. We talk about reusing and repurposing jars and bowls and that sort of thing in our shave den. Here's a great idea. Now, he references the barbicide jar. I happen to have a vintage barbicide jar that I purchased at a local antique store. Here it is right here. And of course, you fill this up with barbicide, and there's a basket right here like that, and that's where you would put your razors, your combs, or whatever else you wanted to disinfect. And then that way it goes all the way into the liquid. The liquid would be all the way up here to the top. And you could submerge them all the way down to the bottom. If you want to get them out, you just lift them out via the basket. Now I'm going to set this aside very, very carefully because I don't want to drop another glass jar like I did. Well, If you saw last week's show, you know why we did the giveaway. Anyhow, this is like a mini Barbicide jar. And all you have to do is buy and enjoy Mail pickles or Miley pickles or My pickles. And then clean it out, tear off the label as Steve's wife did, and you have a mini Barbicide jar. That is absolutely fantastic. Steve, thank you very, very much for sharing the tip with you. And thank your wife also for a really, really terrific extra shaving tip. Steve, thanks again very, very much. Well, this morning we have a Shave Den visit, and it comes courtesy of viewer Mitch, whose screen name is Weezer. And Mitch Weezer writes, "Hi, Mark. The photo with very few items is how it normally looks at my wife's request. She likes a tidy place, so my stuff only comes out when I shave, which is twice a week. I don't usually have these things on towels, but I thought the photo might show up better. On the left side is my vintage Red Imp straight razor and Boar and Badger Ever-Ready brushes that I bought in the mid-'70s. I used the straight razor for several years and then put it away. I learned how to use it without the aid of instruction, but I got the hang of it after a few months. The styptic pencil was my best friend." Behind it is a 1950s Lady Chic electric razor that was my mother's, so I got it after she passed. I actually use it to trim the back of my neck. It still works fine. The dark bowl on the left is sitting on my coffee mug warmer that I use in the winter for a hot lather. Sitting next to Weezer, my deceased dog, is the George cartoon you drew for me. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm very honored that you framed it and have it sitting next to Weezer there. Thank you very, very much. On the right side are items that I use and rotate on a regular basis. My soaps are Cropes, a cream, and a hard puck. The brushes are a Simpson T3, Omega Boar, and a Vi-Long horsehair brush. I seldom use the horsehair, but love the T3 and Boar. I started out using the Mercure Progress, but I found that after using various settings, I ended up on one setting, 3.5, and left it there. After I got the Edwin Jagger 316, I liked it so much that I haven't used the Mercure in over a year. I made the wooden brush and razor stand out of some old cherry wood flooring and board that I had in my basement. The aftershaves pretty much matched the soaps. The only one I don't ever use anymore is the Ogallala Bay Rum. I found it to be too strong and irritating. I seldom use the Alum block anymore since I started using Thayer's Witch Hazel and a store brand alcohol-based witch hazel. I like both. I have one question for you, Mark. My favorite blade is the Russian Astra, but since they are no longer available, I was wondering if you think the Rex blade you reviewed is as smooth and comfortable as the Astra. I value smoothness and comfort over sharpness. I value your opinion. Thanks again for the George tune, and that comes all the way from Mitch, known as Weezer. Hey, Mitch, thanks very, very much. I'll answer your question straightforward. This Rex blade, this platinum Rex blade right here, and here it is in the sleeve right here, okay? These are amazing. These are so smooth and comfortable. I absolutely love these blades. They are fantastic. I've used them in a variety of razors already, and I am getting some really, really fantastic, fantastic shaves. I have not used an Astra blade in quite some time. However, the Astra blade was one of the first blades I used when I came back to the traditional wet shave a number of years ago. And I remember it being a very good blade and being one of my favorites. You know what? I got the same feeling from these Rex blades. Very smooth, very comfortable. Instantly a favorite in my shave den. No kidding. Like these a lot. And yeah, we'll talk more about them on the show because we have some other reviews coming up regarding the Rex Platinum blades, but they are very, very good. And I've heard from a number of viewers who have tried them and first time out, right out of the blocks, they like these blades a lot. So yeah, terrific, terrific blade. And if you were looking for something to replace the Astra Greens, I would definitely give the Rex Platinum blades a try. Let us know. Obviously, Your mileage may vary, but so far, I have yet to hear anything negative about the Rex Platinum blades. So please give them a try and let us know. And thanks very much for the visit, the Shave Den visit this morning. It was absolutely wonderful. Really, really enjoyed that. You got some great gear there. And to learn using a straight razor all by yourself without any instruction, I am impressed. That's awesome. So Mitch, thanks again for the Shave Den visit this morning. Really do appreciate it. Well, we have a bonus Shave Den visit for you this morning, and it comes courtesy of Colonel Mully, all the way from Japan. Now, in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag, Colonel Mully shared with us a vintage Gillette Fat Boy that he acquired online. When it arrived, he went about cleaning it, and he noticed that the adjustment mechanism was sticking. So he disassembled it and went about cleaning out the insides of it. And then when it came to reassembling it, he got stuck. He kind of hit a wall. So he sent it to the folks at Razor Emporium, where they continued cleaning it. They also replated it, tuned it up. It looks absolutely spectacular. It looks brand new. And of course, Colonel Mully sent along some photos. Well, he also sent along some video, but arrived too late to be included in last week's show. So we decided to show you that video on this morning's Monday Morning Mailbag, along with an explanation of the razor from Colonel Mully himself. So Mully, take it away.
Hey, Mark, and all the Monday Morning Mailbaggers. This is Mully coming at you from Shizuoka, Japan. I just wanted to show you my 1959 Gillette Fat Boy, revamped by the fine people at Razor Emporium. They did a real good job. This is a nickel finish, and the reason this looks so good is it is the I asked them to do a mirror finish on it, or near mirror, as Matt likes to say. Smooth as silk. Everything just turns so nicely. And the clicker, listen to this. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah, you close it up and get that little last turn. Perfect. All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for sharing this, and Matt Pisarcik and crew, thank you so much for doing it. You guys, I highly recommend Razor Emporium for all your razor needs. All right. Thanks, Mark.
Hey, Colonel Mully, thanks again for another look at a really spectacular looking Gillette Fat Boy razor. The Razor Emporium did an absolutely spectacular job on that. Looks like it's going to last another 65, 70 years. Absolutely. So again, thank you for that extra look at that razor. And folks, it's a reminder that if you have a vintage Fat Boy or a vintage Slim or some other vintage razor out there, check out the folks at the Razor Emporium and their tuning services, their replating services, and that sort of thing, and see what they can do for your vintage razor. So Colonel Mully, hey, thanks again for that extra look at a beautiful vintage Gillette Fat Boy razor, replated, restored, and ready to go for another 65, 70 years from the folks at Razor Emporium. Really do appreciate it. Well, save the date for the 2024 Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup taking place on Saturday, September 14th, 2024 from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery in Hilliard, Ohio. Tickets are only $5, and we'll have links below where you can get a ticket. Attendance is being held to only 50 people, so 50 attendees, and that's it. So get your ticket before they're sold out. Again, save the date for the 2024 Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup, Saturday, September 14th, 2024, from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery in Hilliard, Ohio. I hope to see you there. Well, here's update number 2 regarding the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. This was posted in the Ohio Wet Shavers Facebook group by a gentleman named Doug Lane, and he wrote, "I'm looking forward to the meetup. As some of you may know, and some may not, me and my family have just started down the road of making soap. It's been a project that my daughters approached me about, and we started off slow, but are finally making some really nice products. We hope to be fully up and running by the end of this year. I am bringing with me a little over 50 1-ounce samples of our old school Cherry Mint Barbershop shaving soap. These are for everyone attending. The labels should be here soon. I would just like everyone's feedback on these. I think they are excellent, but I value your opinion above all else. I look forward to seeing everyone on the 14th, and this is Adopted Acres Soap Company. Doug Lane and his daughters, that's the name of their company, Adopted Acres Soap Company, and they will be providing 1-ounce samples for all the attendees of their old school cherry mint barbershop shaving soap. Wow, if you're attending, make sure to get one of those. Try it out and give Doug Lane some feedback on his shaving soap. So Doug, looking forward to meeting you and trying your shaving soap at the 2024 Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. Also, check out what the folks at Spearhead Shaving are bringing to this year's Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. Yeah, go Buckeyes. See you there. And here's another reminder that David and Barb Keiss take part in the Great Cycle Challenge that supports the Children's Cancer Research Fund. This is a cause that the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup also supports. And Dave and Barb also put together their own little fundraiser as part of this Great Cycle Challenge. They call it the Children's Cancer Research Fund Drawing. They ask artisans from all over to please contribute and donate some wet shave gear items that they then put into prize packages, prize baskets. They sell raffle tickets and they do an online drawing. First week in October, I think, is when it's taking place. We'll have more information on that as the date draws nearer. Dave will get the details to the Monday Morning Mailbag. But anyhow, if you are an artisan out there and you missed last week's announcement regarding this fundraiser, Dave's email will be below where you can email him and contact him. He has had a lot of great participation from artisans from all over so far, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely spectacular online drawing. So thanks to all the artisans who have participated so far. And if you're an artisan who missed that announcement last week, just know that Dave's email is below, as well as some additional information and links that will kind of bring you up to speed regarding the Children's Cancer Research Fund drawing as it pertains to the Great Cycle Challenge that supports the Children's Cancer Research Fund. And this is all tied in and supported by the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup this year. So my thanks to Dave and Barb Keiss for very kindly sending along this information. Check out his email below if you're an artisan and you haven't yet donated or contributed and would like to. His email is below, along with some additional information, and you'll learn more about it. So thanks again to Dave and Barb Keiss for sending along the information, for really supporting a really, really worthy cause. Thanks again, Dave and Barb. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and now right here on YouTube. Well, here's that technical update that we promised you earlier in the show. YouTube is rolling out and have rolled out within the last 6 months a new form of affiliate links. Now, when you look at these videos and you read the description below, not only do you get the timestamps to the various segments of the Monday Morning Mailbag, but below that, you get a number of links. Some of these links are affiliate links that go back to Phoenix Shaving or Amazon, and some of the other links are just links. They're not affiliate links, but they're links that we include because it's talking about something on the show that might be of interest to you. And if you click the link, you'll go to that particular website where that product is sold or discussed or whatever. So just know that in the description, some links are affiliate links, others are not affiliate links, but we include them because we're talking about it. Well, YouTube has this new technology that you can incorporate into your videos, on-screen links that you can place at the very moment that I would be talking about a particular product or a particular brand of product. So for instance, if I'm talking about coffee, you might see a link to that brand of coffee pop up and you click on it. You might be taken to, I don't know, a Walmart or some other site where that coffee is sold. Or if I'm talking about my new Keurig machine, you might get a link that shows where a Keurig machine, a similar Keurig machine, or a brand of Keurig machine is being sold, again, by an online seller. Or if we're talking about a razor or a shave soap, you'll be taken to, if not that specific piece of wet shaving gear, that brand of wet shaving gear. And I'm starting to roll these out a little bit on my reviews and also on this morning's Monday Morning Mailbag. I don't think they're at all intrusive. They just seem to pop up, I think lower left. And they pop up, and if you're interested, you can click on it and be taken to that product or that brand of product, and without disturbing the playback of the video as I understand it. So I think it's a neat kind of technology, and it's a new kind of affiliate program that obviously I hope benefits the channel, and I hope that you find it helpful and useful as well. This way, while you're watching the video in real time, a link can pop up and, oh, wow, hey, I'm going to click on that because Mark's talking about a pearl shaving razor, and click on that and you'll be either taken to that specific razor or that brand of razors, whatever affiliate link might be available through YouTube. So starting to roll them out, going to give it a try. Let me know what you think about it. And again, these are affiliate links and they will benefit the YouTube channel. So I just wanted to make you aware of it because I am slowly starting to roll it out. I think it's a really neat piece of technology because the way we're doing it right now is links are below in the description. And after you watch the video, then you have to go in the description and kind of hunt around and find where that link is. And a lot of viewers out there have been very, very kind in making sure if they're buying something from, say, Phoenix Shaving, to use the affiliate links associated with the channel. And I really do appreciate that. So, my thanks to them. So this is just another way of having links, but in real time during the videos on screen that you can click immediately and be taken to that particular product or that brand of product that we might be discussing. So it's going to take there's a little bit of a learning curve for me to make sure that I'm placing these links correctly during the video. So, just bear with me as I'm learning this process. But I think it's a really neat technology and I wanted to give it a try. So that's the tech nerdy, the tech nerd update for this morning. Let me know what you think about these new kinds of affiliate links associated with these videos, the Monday Morning Mailbag, and also the video reviews that will be running on the channel. Thanks very much for your patience and understanding regarding this. I really do appreciate this. And if you have supported the channel through the purchase of these different products via the affiliate links in the description below, my sincere, heartfelt thanks. I really, really do appreciate it. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, that is terrific. Once more, Black Rifle Coffee Company, Just Black Keurig cups right here. Now, these are terrific. Coffee of the Month Club, thanks to Jason and Allison and the boys. Really, really like it. And again, the Nerd Dogs coffee mug. And again, we nerded out a little bit with a little bit of tech talk in regards to the channel and affiliate links and that sort of thing. So yeah, all in all, a great show so far, huh? Man, we've covered a lot of great stuff. And we also have some great refill comments this morning. Let's kick it off with something from Ken Williams. Cup of coffee and Monday morning mailbag. What a wonderful way to start the week. Thanks, Mark. Hey, Ken, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. This comes from RJ Wright W30, and he writes, good morning, Mark. It's good to keep a sense of humor about one's foibles. Have a good week. Well, that's in regards to the vanilla sandalwood aftershave bottle that I broke in the sink. And I did get a replacement. And from that, we had the giveaway last week. So yeah, it was, yeah, you can't help but laugh at something like that. I mean, I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. That was the first time it happened. I'll learn to be a little more careful. I hope it doesn't happen again. And Ronnie Abercrombie, 2261 wrote, way to go, Butterfingers. Laugh out loud. Keep up the good work. Yes, I felt like Butterfingers as well. It's just like, oh my gosh, how did that? It was just like, I can't believe that happened. I mean, it's like it happened in slow motion. All of a sudden, then it shatters. It's like, how did that happen? Wow. It was so weird. But like I say, first time for everything. So, Ronnie, thanks very much for that. Yeah, Butterfingers, that's me, absolutely. This comes from Sal Baranga. Sal Berrigan, 9742. Great Monday morning mailbag, Mark. Me and my wife enjoy our breakfast every Monday while watching our great start for the week. Well, thank you very much for that, Sal. I really do appreciate that. Tell your wife hello, and thanks for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate that. Christopher Smith, 483, wrote, another great 3MB always makes my day when I see the notification pop up. Sometimes plastic bottles have their uses. I agree. So we all love those glass bottles because we've talked about how it retains the scent a little better. There's a little more longevity there. You don't get that plastic residue from inside infiltrating the contents, the aftershave splash, that sort of thing. But yeah, sometimes plastic bottles do have their place. I agree. This comes from MWM 302. Who gets up at 5 a.m. anyway? Wait, I do. I'm watching this at work today anyway. Another great 3MB. Hey, thanks very much for that. This is in regards to last week's Monday morning mailbag not being posted for 5 a.m. I forgot to schedule it for 5 a.m. All my videos are scheduled at 5 a.m. I do this for the European viewers so that they get to see the Monday morning mailbag at a somewhat morning hour of the day, but also so they get a lot of the content a little earlier. They're not getting it in the middle of the night. So I schedule all my videos for 5 a.m. I think that's probably a good time to start for all time zones around the world is what I'm saying. And I just forgot to schedule the Monday morning mailbag last week. What happened was I kept doing re-edits. I kept finding mistakes. I would edit it. I edited the show. I uploaded it. And then I noticed something was amiss. So I did a re-edit and I uploaded. And the one that was already scheduled there, I had to unschedule and then schedule the new one. Well, in the process of doing these re-edits about 3-4 times, I forgot to, when I unscheduled the previous version that was up there, the newest version that I uploaded, I forgot to schedule. I forgot to schedule it. And it was Monday morning about, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. People were saying, is there no video? Because the podcast also airs at 5 a.m. And so if you're driving to work and you have a streaming service, whether it be YouTube or whatever, you can listen to the Monday morning mailbag. And folks were getting the Monday morning mailbag audio only version on YouTube and saying, well, where's the video? Well, I quickly corrected it and made the video version available, and my apologies to everyone. It was just one, just one of those things. To which Mike H. 9701 wrote, "Hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Your show posts like clockwork each and every Monday, so no worries for this week's show. Things can happen." Mike, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I listened to the first half of the show early at work as a podcast, then watched the second half as a video later that afternoon. The best of both worlds. Well, there you go. Thanks very much for that, Mike. As to David's point about shaving products that may have a strong scent during post-shave, as well as being an irritant, many shave soap and cream artisans offer a scentless version of their products. I know this has been a go-to option for me for many years, as I must be scentless for work each day as a teacher of culinary arts. Many of the top artisans regularly mentioned on this program have a scentless soap or cream, aftershave, and or balm available for those who prefer or need this type of product. I have never felt that I was out of the mainstream of what was currently available to wet shavers, as so many artisans have been thoughtful enough to keep scentless shavers in mind. It is definitely worth a look and a try. Well, have a great start to your week, Mark, and best regards as always, Mike. Hey, Mike, thanks very, very much. You make some really, really great points. And yeah, David Richland last week talked about, strong scents in shave soaps, that sort of thing. And it can irritate the skin at times, depending on your skin type, that sort of thing. Your mileage may vary. But Mike makes a great point that, yeah, you can usually find some scentless shave soaps from a lot of the artisans out there. And we talked about that too a couple of weeks ago in a giveaway. The American Vintage Soap Company makes a permafrost shave soap and a scentless shave soap, and also some scents that you can add to it if you'd like to do it that way, or just not have any scent. Hendricks Classics and Company has offered that for a number of years as well. So yeah, Mike, absolutely great points. Thanks so much for that. Jay Potter, 86, wrote, Mark, sinks have cost me a small fortune over the years. I don't know what it is with my bloody sink, but as soon as something made of glass or ceramic touches it, it just seems to explode. I've lost countless lathering bowls to my dreaded sink. Yeah, that's something else that I've been very aware of, Jay, is hanging on to those beautiful lathering bowls that viewers have sent along. Beth Jones sent along Starry Night, which is absolutely beautiful. Jimmy V sent the Gruner Pottery lathering bowl. Bill Murphy sent along the Shave Nation lathering bowl. They're all fantastic. They're all terrific. They're all made out of a ceramic type of material, and you have to be very, very careful not to drop them. I have been really, really aware of using those lathering bowls, especially on camera, and try to make sure that my hands are nice and dry when I'm using them and that sort of thing. So yeah, last thing I want to do is drop one of those bowls, because they definitely are treasures from viewers. So yeah, dropping that aftershave bottle in the sink, lesson learned. I'm glad it was just that bottle and not one of those beautiful lathering bowls. Let me put it that way. Yeah, absolutely. So Jay, yeah, I can honestly say I can relate now to breaking something in the sink, a piece of shaving gear, an aftershave bottle. So yeah, I'm hoping it's the only time. That's what I'm saying. So thanks very much for that. Witar 7090 wrote, I have had Razor Emporium's crew revamp 3 or 4 DEs and straight razors for me in the recent past. Their work is impeccable. I have been extremely pleased with their work. Well, as you saw in Colonel Mully's video, they do absolutely marvelous work in restoring vintage razors. And another vote of confidence here from Witar 7090. If you have a vintage razor, would like it tuned up, replated, cleaned, check out Razor Emporium. So thanks very much for that, Witar 7090. Indie Shaver wrote, Hags, Katie's Bubbles, Ginger's Garden, Van Ulay, Gentleman's Nod, etc. The list just goes on and on. It is definitely the new golden age of traditional wet shaving. Yeah, these are some of the shave soaps that Indie Shaver is recommending to all wet shavers and new wet shavers out there. Those are all very, very good suggestions. And I agree with you. It's a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. You'll find a razor, a soap, a blade, an aftershave, etc., that fits your face type and your wallet. Absolutely the best time to be doing the traditional wet shave. Absolutely. So I agree with you. And thanks very much for those shave soap suggestions. Hags, Katie's Bubbles, Ginger's Garden, Vanulay, Gentleman's Nod. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Indie Shaver. Brian Gallatin, 704, wrote, another great Monday morning mailbag, Mark and George. Just an update. Got back from the doctors this morning and the blood clot situation is getting better. More rest and shaving were the doctor's orders. Seriously, I have a note. Well, thanks very much for that update, and great to hear that you're on the mend. He continues here, I have dropped a bottle of Chiseled Face Midnight Stag, and the same thing happened. Just chalk it up as gone. Reason being, I strained what I had left in a cheesecloth, folded into quarters into another bottle. After applying it, I noticed severe stinging on my face and hands. Minuscule shards still cut my skin and face. Just my 2 cents. And he spells it S-C-E-N-T-S. Laugh out loud. And a shout out to Rod and Mandy at Stirling for seeing the mishap and making things right. I am in on the soap, aftershave, and balm. All the best, Mark. Give George a biscuit. Yeah, Stirling Soap Company, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's just a great giveaway. It's something that came about because of a mishap in the shave den. And yeah, it's just really, really neat that we could do that, have a little bit of fun, and make lemonade out of lemons. I think I got that backwards last week. But yeah, now I did take a viewer's suggestions, and we might have these comments here in refill. I'll have to scroll through. Well, we'll get to them when we get to them. But I did use a coffee filter to strain the vanilla sandalwood, and I have it right here in a Avon Wild Country aftershave bottle. And it looks like, I don't think there's any particulate matter in there. I don't see anything. I don't see any small pieces of glass or anything like that. Still, I am going to be very cautious with it. And if for some reason I get a little sting or something like that from a very, very small, minuscule piece of glass, then I'll discard it. I want to say there might be something in there. I think it's just a little cloudiness, maybe a bubble or two as I'm shaking it here. So I think it's okay. I've used it a few times. It seems to be okay. I think the coffee filter was a really good suggestion, and we'll see. But you know what? Maybe I'll just set it aside or discard it as you suggested, because I do have the new bottle right here. So it's all set to go. All I got to do is crack it open. So it's a fantastic scent. I hated losing the first bottle. It's nice to know that you can just order it up and it comes right to your doorstep. It's pretty amazing. So thanks very much for that, Brian. Really do appreciate it, and glad to hear you're on the mend once more. Again, that's wonderful. This comes from Readyland, and he wrote, great Monday morning mailbag. Thanks to all you do for the shaving community. Again, you know what? It's all the viewers out there. All the viewers out there make this show possible. I say it many times, and I mean it sincerely. Allow me to say it once more. Without you, this microphone would be silent. So kudos and bravos and huzzahs to all the viewers out there. They make this show and channel possible. By the way, I had the same problem with the finish on the razor head of my gunmetal Rockwell 6C the first year I owned it. I contacted Rockwell and they sent a replacement, but they did require me to pay almost $8 in shipping. Now, this is in regards to a viewer last week who, and I can't remember who it was, my apologies, they had a Rockwell 6C, and I think it was David Dart, I think. They had a Rockwell 6C gunmetal finish wear away on the top cap. They loved the razor so much, they didn't ask for a replacement because they love the razor. And I guess it has, has some sentimental value, I guess. So I can understand that. But nice to know that Rockwell stands behind their products. So Readyland, thank you very much for that. Jack Capone, 4375, wrote, "Hi, Mark. Another great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. I have a Rockwell 6C with the gunmetal finish. And yes, it has lost some of the finish in a relatively short time. I can't tell you when it first started to wear off, but probably I might have noticed it within 6 months. It is actually my everyday shave. I love the razor and use it at least 6 times a week. I do scrub it with a toothbrush about once a week lightly. Either way, I'm keeping it. Love the razor." Again, even though the plating might be awful, it might be worn away a little bit, it's still a great razor, and I can understand wanting to hang on to it. Rockwell makes a wonderful, wonderful razor. Sell It Man wrote, "I had a gunmetal T2 razor for well over a year, and it never tarnished. I wound up gifting it to a friend, but only because I wasn't giving it enough use. Cheers." This is from Kevin Weiss. Cheers, Kevin Weiss, Kevin W. Well, that's great to hear because we have the T2 gunmetal finish razor that was very kindly sent to the channel by David Richland. We compared it with the white chrome finished T2 that we have, and they shave identically. So the quality control is very consistent and very good because we've had the chrome finish, the white chrome finish razor for about, a year and a half, 2 years. And this gunmetal finish is a very recently produced razor. So no difference. So it's great to see that their quality control is so consistent over such a long period of time. But I'll keep an eye on the T2 gunmetal finish to see how that finish holds up. I love using the T2 razors. It's a fantastic, fantastic razor. So I agree. And what a wonderful piff to pay it forward and gifting it to a friend. That's absolutely fantastic. Bravo, Kevin. That's absolutely wonderful. Bart Buzz wrote, "Good afternoon, Mark. Regarding the viewer's Rockwell 6C and gunmetal with the finish wearing off, I had the same experience. The top cap finish on my 6C and gunmetal began to wear off after 3 or 4 months. I contacted Rockwell support about the issue. They requested a photo and proof of purchase. Within 2 or 3 days, Rockwell sent me a brand new 6C and gunmetal finish. I still have the original 6C and gave the new one to my son-in-law, so I can confirm that Rockwell stands behind their products." Again, how great is that? Paying it forward with the new razor and keeping the one that I guess has some sentimental value, even though the finish is worn off a little bit. But yeah, Rockwell standing behind their razors, absolutely fantastic to hear. Thanks so much for sharing that, Bart. And great that you also made another fantastic piff in that brand new Rockwell 6C gunmetal version. That's absolutely fantastic. Kudos, bravo, and huzzahs to you as well. Mech Loader wrote, "Fingers crossed, I really enjoy Stirling soaps also." Well, that's in regards to the giveaway. He was commenting about that in hopes of winning the giveaway. Shave of the day, margaritas in the Arctic, Gem Clog Proof, and Duke Cannon Balm. One extra thing for summer. I put 8 ounces of water in my PAA travel scuttle and keep it in the freezer. Just add coffee and eyes wide open. Be well, and thanks for all you do. Yeah, we've been talking about ice, using ice in the post-shave routine. And here's another method of doing that. Travel scuttle, put it in the freezer. Now, that Phoenix Shaving Travel Scuttle is plastic, and it retains heat. It looks like it was also good to freeze some ice in. I'm assuming in the bowl, not in the inner chamber. That's what I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put 8 ounces of water in my PAA travel scuttle and keep it in the freezer. Just add coffee and eyes wide open. I'm thinking maybe you're putting it in the inner chamber, I think, with the plug off. You know what? Comment back and let us know, Mech Loader, exactly how you're doing that, because I'm thinking that's either in the inner chamber or in the bowl itself. But either way, yeah, it sounds like an eye-opening shave along with your coffee in the morning. Yeah, thanks so much for that. Really do appreciate that. But would like a few more details on that. So other viewers, can replicate that for their shaves. I know there are a lot of cold water shavers out there that would love to know the exact process. So thanks very much, Beck Loader. This comes from Craig's Mitt Photography. Hey, too funny. Just a couple of days before you did a review on that Haley's Artisan Bowl, I ordered one from Etsy, the exact same bowl, exact same color scheme. Way too funny. Truly looking forward to it. Love you, Michelle. Thanks a lot, Mark. Yeah, Mark Bagwell did a great review on this Haley's Artisan Goods shave bowl, red, white, and blue. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful shave bowl. Last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. If you missed it, check it out. It's an absolutely fantastic, fantastic shaving bowl. It's made from a plastic resin, so it's unbreakable. Looks great. Has a great grip. So, Craig, let us know how you like it, and send along your thoughts and experiences with it. Would really be interested in knowing how you like it. I'm sure the viewers would like to hear that as well. So thanks very much for the comment. This comes from user BZ1W6EP4F. My first shave soap was Parasso's Green Menthol. I'm now into about 75 soaps. Like you, I have dinged my head once or twice and dropped and broke a few shave items. Laugh out loud. Looking forward to the next Monday Morning Mailbag. Yeah, I did. It's all healed up now, but I have been using an electric razor, and I think this next shave is going to be with a blade. I don't know. You probably could see a little bit of a remnant there. Let me see if I can get it for you. Right there, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to look and see if that came through. But yeah, I really dinged my head coming out of the shower on that top support rail, for the sliding doors. I just didn't duck down enough. And boy, I caught myself up there. And at first I thought it was a minor scrape, but then it got worse. And I hate when that happens, because then I can't do an evening head shave with a nice razor. And, I can't use a blade razor. I can't use a cartridge razor. I can't use the Omni shaver that we like a lot, that bi-directional shaver we've talked about on the program. That really is a neat product. We have to talk about that a little bit more. If you're a head shaver, check out the Omni shaver. Like that one a lot. But again, I had to use an electric razor. But again, it's great to have the electric razor as part of your tool belt for when something like that happens. Because, just like dropping a bottle of aftershave in the sink, you're gonna bang your head every once in a blue moon. And when it happens, it's great to have a good electric razor, a skull shaver, electric skull shaver, to give yourself a head shave real quickly, so that you don't re-injure this with a blade, or you have to really be careful shaving around that area, and kind of difficult to do if you're flying blind, without seeing it, that sort of thing. So thanks for that comment, user BZ1KW6EP4F. Keith Osmond, 5730, wrote, "Up at last. I figured it must have been an oversight." Yeah, this is regarding the late posting of last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. It's not Monday without the mailbag. Keith, thanks very much. I really do appreciate that. Sterling Vanilla Sandalwood giveaway? Awesome. You'll have to break more bottles, laughing out loud. Well, if I do, we'll do another giveaway. Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. It really was. Regarding face versus bowl lather, I face lather with sticks and hard soaps, and bowl lather with creams and soft soaps. Sticks are my go-to for travel for the reasons you mentioned. Razor Rock sticks are my favorites. As to first soaps and creams, Parasso Green in the tube, Arco, the stick, Derby Menthol Cream, Tombak Cream, and Nivea Cream were the first ones I purchased via Amazon. I didn't discover soaps other than the Arco stick until a few months later. Hey, thanks very much for that, Keith. We were having a discussion about what you used when you first started your wet shaving journey. And yeah, Keith is hitting on some of the favorites that new wet shavers seem to discover about the same time they start their wet shave. That is to say, my impression is all new wet shavers seem to discover the same kinds of soaps at about the same time during their wet shaving journey. That's just been my impression. And yeah, and then later on, after you've tried the TOBS and the Prasos and the Cellas and the Derbies and that sort of thing, then you discover the artisan shave soaps out there. I guess that's just through involvement in the community, talking to other wet shavers on Facebook groups and wet shaving forums. You start discovering all these other great products. And then you fall down that rabbit hole. But what a wonderful rabbit hole to fall into, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, thanks very much for that, Keith. Really do appreciate that. And you mentioned Razor Rock sticks are your favorites. We're going to have to find a link to Razor Rock shaving sticks and link that below so that folks can get a look at those as well. I don't believe we've ever tried the Razor Rock shaving sticks on this program. I've tried some Razor Rock shave soaps in the past, early on when the channel was just starting out. So Razor Rock is another one of those that you try early on. But I don't think I've ever tried the Razor Rock shaving sticks. So we'll look for those links and we'll provide them below. So thanks very much for that, Keith. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another refill segment for this week. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, recently, viewer Greg Pisanti very kindly and generously sent along to the channel Fair of 1812 shave soap and aftershave splash from the 345 Soap Company. This is a wonderful performing shave soap. It builds a beautiful lather and it absolutely has a beautiful, beautiful scent. Absolutely top shelf quality. Greg, thank you so much for sending this to channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers out there. I really do appreciate it. And as you can see, yeah, I've been using it. It really is a terrific performing shave soap. Well, just the other day, Greg sent along 2 other shave soaps and splashes from the 345 Soap Company. He sent along Burlington and Speakeasy right there. And here's what he wrote in an email to me. Mark, I love Burlington so much, I couldn't resist allowing you the opportunity to try another original scent from John. Expect both the aftershave and soap in the mail soon. I also sent along Speakeasy in the full set as well. I had never tried that one, so you'll have to tell me how it is. Enjoy. And Mark, thank you for all the effort you put into these videos. I hope you enjoy these soaps. Below are the scent descriptions so you can read it for the viewers. As a member, Burlington is exclusive to the subscription. Now, here's the description for Burlington. The mecca for aficionados of bespoke tailoring, Savile Row occupies a quiet corner of Mayfair, London that runs parallel with Regent Street. It was created during the development of the Burlington estate in the early 1730s and named after the Earl of Burlington's wife, Lady Dorothy Savile, hence the famous Savile Row. I think that's how it's pronounced, S-A-V-I-L-E, Savile. I've heard it pronounced Savile, but I think it's pronounced Savile. At least that's what I'm going to go with. If it's incorrect, my apologies. And here's what they have to say about the artwork. Let me frame that up so you can see it. The picture is a fun take on an iconic painting called The Son of Man. In the original, the man has a green apple covering his face and a different tie. I wanted to do something fun and have a take on it with traditional shaving. Yeah, that is really, really terrific. When I first saw this, I emailed Greg back and said, this reminds me of something. I just can't quite put my finger on it. And then later on, in reading this description, I came across that paragraph and said, yeah, that's it. That's it, absolutely. So yeah, that is really a neat take on it as it relates to the shave soap. Now, here is the scent profile. The scent is warm with undertones of ripe fruit. Sandalwood and patchouli bring the depth, while the undertones of peach, sweet rose, and opening gardens of flower draw you closer. There needed some spice to round it out, so a little cinnamon was used. When you think of London in the times of aristocrats and Savile Row, you want the character of a gentleman's gentleman in the fragrance. This is it. Yeah, I agree 100%. That really captures it right there. You know, very refined, very gentlemanly. This is perfect for an evening night out with the cooler autumn weather coming on us. This is perfect for an evening night out. Oh my gosh, this is dinner and a show. Really, really wonderful, wonderful scent. I think it captures that period ever so well. Really, really terrific. Love the artwork, love the scent, and the performance of these 345 soaps are really, really terrific. Now, here's what they have to say about Speakeasy. Speakeasy came from our Shave Soap subscription service. The subscribers helped create this release. WF picked the Starry Night theme. CM picked the name Speakeasy. The 18th is representing the amendment that started Prohibition and started the underground speakeasies. This is our speakeasy. Lastly, they all voted for the scent, and it turned out amazing. Here are the scent notes of Speakeasy. Amen Ultra Zest by Mugler. Top notes are lavender, mint, fruity and spicy notes, coriander, green notes, and bergamot. Middle notes are caramel, patchouli, honey, milk, cedar, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Base notes are coffee, patchouli, vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, amber, sandalwood, and musk. Boy, oh boy, this is a really bright, lively scent. That's how it hit me when I first opened it up. Absolutely beautifully bright and lively, much like those speakeasies back during the Roaring 20s when you went in for entertainment, some bootleg drinks, gambling, very lively, entertaining atmosphere back then. And this scent captures that atmosphere. That's how it hit me. Yeah, absolutely marvelous, marvelous scent and a great name to go with it. Really, really terrific. And here's what Greg wrote about Speakeasy and 345's subscription service. You know, his subscriptions are amazing. He involves us in making the soaps, like what scents, names, and I believe artwork. It really makes it feel like you're getting something exclusive and special. I should mention that his soap has all the pre-shave ingredients built in, so it's pretty much a one and done type deal. How about that? No wonder I like the performance of this. It has pre-shave ingredients already built in. Wow, that is really neat. I did not know that. I admit, having not tried Speakeasy, I was a bit nervous you might not like it. If you look a few emails back, you will see a full description of the art for Burlington. Yeah, we did find that. The original had the green apple. Yes, thanks for pointing that out, Greg. I think the shaving knot is a nice touch, though. I think he's referring to the knot in the tie, I think. Anyhow, two great shave soaps and shave soap scents. Burlington and Speakeasy, really, really wonderful. He also very, very kindly sent along the aftershave splashes for both Burlington and Speakeasy. Again, fantastic scent, fantastic scents, and really, really terrific performance based on our experience with Fair of 1812. 345 Soap Company, another great artisan to try. We've been talking about different artisans to try, and here's a great one. 345 Soap Company. They're really knocking it out of the park with their shave soap performance and their beautiful, beautiful scents. So my thanks to Greg Pisanti for very, very kindly sending along Burlington and Speakeasy and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. We're going to get reviews done on these, and we'll have links below so you can check them out yourself. Greg, thank you again very, very much. Well, speaking of London, Mark Bagwell sent along this review of Taylor of Old Bond Street's Grapefruit Shaving Cream. Yeah, another great scent that will fold in very, very nicely from summer into fall, in my opinion. Great year-round, absolutely. And Mark writes, the scent, pure grapefruit, and I love it. The scent strength in the tub is a 4.5 to a 5, but settles down to a 2 when lathered. The scent does last throughout the shave. Building a lather, I used my Captain's Choice ceramic bowl. My brush was a Simpson's Chubby 3 with a Sovereign knot. The photos will show how much shaving cream I used, and it took less than 30 seconds. Remember to go easy on the water. Let's talk about the performance. It's Taylor of Old Bond Street shaving cream, so it builds a slick, rich lather with plenty of cushion. I also love Taylor of Old Bond Street creams because they don't dissipate. My final thoughts. Love Taylor of Old Bond Street shaving creams, and this is my third tub of Grapefruit, and it will always be in my shaving den. You can't go wrong with Taylor of Old Bond Street. Hey, Mark, thanks very much for a great review and a vote for Grapefruit shaving cream from Taylor of Old Bond Street. Again, it's one of those great scents, perfect for all year round. But as I mentioned, we're looking for great shaving scents shaving soap, shaving cream scents that will go very nicely, move us very nicely into the autumn season. And in my opinion, this is another one that will do that. It's great all year round, but there's something about that grapefruit scent going from the summer into the fall when it's still warm, you got cool nights, it's not really cold. It kind of moves you in that direction. And it's great for the winter months too, when you want a little bit of sunshine, you want a little bit of zest on those winter days. Yeah, grapefruit will fit right in, kind of bring back that zesty summer feeling on those winter days. At least that's my opinion of it. Mark Bagwell loves it so much. This is his third tub. How about that? Mark, thanks again for a really, really terrific review. Really do appreciate it. Well, viewer Matt Panter sent along some Stirling shave soaps, and we've been sharing one of those each week with all the viewers out there. This week, we share with you Ben Franklin from Stirling Soap. Boy, is this a marvelous, marvelous scent. Like this one a lot. Boy, I'm looking forward to reviewing this one. And here's what they write about it on their product page. Made with benzoin, frankincense, clove, and nutmeg essential oils, this soap smells like an older gentleman's pantaloons at the end of a hot July day in Philadelphia, drafting important documents with no air conditioner. It's actually a very unique scent that reminded a few of my testers of a root beer float, an instant favorite. Anyhow, they go on to say, note, the description is tongue-in-cheek. It smells like a wonderful blend of frankincense, benzoin, nutmeg, and clove. It doesn't actually smell like sweaty old man pants. As of March 3rd, 2015, we've been averaging about 2 to 3 inquiries per week as to why we would make a soap that smells like an older gentleman's trousers. That's fantastic. But actually, the scent is wonderful. And yes, root beer float, that does come to mind. Yeah, it has a really wonderful scent. This is another great, great scent moving into the autumn season. Really, really terrific. From Stirling Soap Company, Ben Franklin. My thanks to Matt Panter for very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. This is really wonderful. We're definitely going to do a review on this one. Like this one a lot. I believe this is one that was a standout when he sent these in. I happen to say that the vanilla sandalwood one was very good, but this one really was outstanding also. It kind of stood out in the crowd. Really, really terrific. And no, it doesn't smell like old man pants. Check it out from Stirling Soap Company, Ben Franklin. My thanks again to Matt Panter for very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. Matt, thanks so much. We'll have links below. Well, we have a couple more reviews regarding Rex Platinum Razor Blades from Rex Supply Company. This comes from Bill Murphy, Bill and Connie Murphy. Hi, Mark. I just want to let you know that I did my first shave with the new Rex razor blades. What a great blade. I used my timeless TI .68 razor. I got a BBS comfortable smooth shave with no nicks, cuts, or irritation. I did 3 passes with Phoenix Shaving Old Salty. I could have stopped after 2 passes, but was enjoying the shave so much, I did a 3rd pass. I only ordered a 5-pack, but will be ordering a full 100 in the near future. I highly encourage ordering a sample of 5 to try them. Yeah, these are terrific. I agree with you, Bill. Absolutely wonderful. We also heard from viewer Larry Sablotny, who wrote, "Hey, Mark, I received the new Rex Supply blades and they are great. I shaved one day with a Henson Mild and the next day with my Rockwell 6S with plate number 3. In both shaves, it was very, very smooth with wonderful BBS results from 2 passes. It's a great blade for beginners and experienced shavers as well. The Rex blade is now my favorite. Matt has done a great job with these blades. Hey, Larry, thanks very, very much for that. And UFO Seekers commented, are they forgiving of beginners? Meaning, is this a good razor blade for beginners? And my answer is absolutely. Like Bill, I happened to use this blade the other day in my stainless steel timeless razor, straight bar with a 0.68 blade gap, and I experienced a similar shave. 3 beautiful passes, very smooth, BBS finish, absolutely no zinging or stinging. Really a wonderful, wonderful shave. Love these blades a lot. And absolutely, I would say absolutely perfect for beginners because they are so very, very smooth. And they have a nice sharpness to them, but a really, really nice smoothness to them. I've been using them in a variety of razors, and in each and every razor, they just deliver a smooth, close, comfortable shave. Really, really terrific. Check it out from Rex Supply Company, the Rex Platinum Razor Blades. Like them a lot. My thanks to Bill Murphy and Larry Sublotny for sending along those terrific reviews. Really do appreciate it. Folks, we'll have a link below where you can check out Rex Supply Platinum Razor Blades. Really smooth, comfortable, and close. Gentlemen, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Dan Blackshire sent along this review of a new shaving bowl that he has in his shave den. And he wrote, Mark, I just had to share the new bowl that I had made. The design is by Rogers Quinn. The bowl is not sold, but as I was watching Sugar Daddy Shaves, I was fascinated by the bowl he was using. In the description of the video, he had a link to a website. I then clicked on the link and it took me to the website thingiverse.com. I was trying to buy one, but they are not for sale. But when I created an account, it let me download the program for the 3D printer that would print the bowl. Since I have no experience in 3D printing, I was fortunate enough to have a friend who does 3D printing. I sent him the link and asked him if they could print it for me, and he said, I got you covered. I picked the bowl up today, and let me tell you, it's an amazing lather bowl, the best of all the bowls I have used. I had him print the extra large bowl, but you can choose between 3 different sizes and download the program for the 3D printer. The bowl came out perfectly with a texture on the inside similar to the guacamole bowls you've shown from Walmart, but also with the swirls in the bottom and brush holder that doubles as a place to put your thumb while you're lathering. The bowl is a lathering machine and incredibly light. I am blown away by the performance. My friend printed the bowl and did not charge me anything, so I brought him a package of my homemade cheddar cheese sausages. I have tried all the different brush handle shapes, and every single one of them fit perfectly on the brush holder. Here's a link to the bowl below, and I would highly recommend anyone with access to a 3D printer to make it, or even have a company make it. Attached are the pictures and a video of the new bowl in action. That's a boom lather. I have also put a picture of the bowl next to the Cyclone bowl from the Sharp Shaver, which I really like, but this new bowl is simply the best. Feel free to use it all. Love your content as always. Blessings, Dan Blackshire. Hey, Dan, thanks very much for this terrific review of this bowl that you can have 3D printed. Just go up to thingiverse.com and you can download, I guess, the plans or the blueprints and have it 3D printed. Pretty amazing technology. We've used some 3D printed razors on the channel and have reviewed those. Seems that 3D printing really offers a lot of great shaving gear for shaved ends, razors, shave bowls, brush handles. Really, really amazing technology. And here's another lathering bowl that you can have 3D printed. Dan, thanks so much for the heads up on this, folks. He sent along the link. We'll have it below so you can check it out at thingiverse.com. Dan, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Joel Toronto very kindly sent along this review of the Phoenix Shaving Copper Ascension Twist Adjustable Double Open Comb Safety Razor, high shine and rose gold plated. And Joel wrote, "Hi Mark, I have many razors. This is a phenomenal razor. Twist adjustable, comes with 2 buffer rings. Any shave product from Phoenix Shaving is top tier. They are always coming up with new and innovative products. This polished rose gold razor stands out in my shave den. If you prefer a shorter handle, it has a removable tip. The grip on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 10. It feels good in my hand, and it's heavier than a 3/16 stainless steel razor. The copper razor head retains heat. Run it under hot water, and you will feel the heat. Top and bottom caps are enclosed. No blade overhang. Built-in side divots give a place for your wet fingers to open and close the razor, just like that. Those side divots right there. Yeah, absolutely. Let me show you those a little more closely. Side divot right there. Side divot right there. Yeah. Built-in side divots give a place for your wet fingers to open and close the razor. This is a razor that can and will be passed on to future generations. I did a 2-pass shave with a Rex Platinum blade and a Filoso barber blade and received a BBS shave. As I send this review, it is showing sold out. Yeah, it is going to show sold out because these go very, very quickly. Now, mine does not have the removable tip. I think that's a new feature. I have a solid handle, but I do have a stainless steel handle for my Ascension stainless steel razor that does offer the removable tip. So that is a really nice feature. But yeah, I love mine as well, and I love the fact that it retains heat. It's like using a heated razor. All you gotta do is run it under some hot water, and you've got a heated razor. Really, really terrific. Love this razor a lot. And Joel, your review is spot on, and it's a great reminder review because we've talked about this razor before in the past. As he writes here, it's being shown as sold out. I don't know if it's going to be shown as sold out when this episode of the Monday Morning Mailbag runs, but we'll have a link below. Get on the waiting list, get on the email alert list, because when these become available again, they will go very, very quickly. It's an absolutely awesome, awesome razor. And you've inspired me, Joel, to use the Rex Supply blade in it for one of my next shaves. I'm really looking forward to it now because this blade in this razor, it's going to be an awesome shave. So, Joel, thanks again for a really, really terrific review. Really, really do appreciate it. Wanted to show you a couple of other items we picked up from Stirling Soap Company. We have here their mentholated pre-shave soap and also their alum block in a travel case. Both of these really, really terrific. And the thing that impresses me, you get a lot of bang for your buck. The pre-shave soap is $5 a bar. I think I mistakenly said $10 in a previous video. $5. $5 for a bar. And we've been using this and it's wonderful. Love the fact that there's a lot of surface area here. So you get a lot of nice coverage and really terrific. And it is mentholated, although not overly so. So that's really, really very, very nice. And their alum block comes in this really nice travel case like this. And again, it's a really generous size. Check that out, huh? Check that out. And again, a lot of great surface area there. And it's really been terrific in the post-shave routine. So 2 other great items from Stirling Soap Company that you can add to your shopping cart. I believe the alum block is $9 and the pre-shave soap is $5. Viewer Sean Staplefeld suggested that you could cut the bar in half, and then that way you'll have 2 bars that might last a little longer. As he wrote, you can cut the soap in half to make it fit better instead of getting a new one, my friend. Just an idea. That soap sounds interesting. Great shave mark. Yeah, so you can cut the shave bar in half and maybe it'll last a little bit longer. Thanks very much for the suggestion, Sean. Really do appreciate it. Although I really do like this surface area and all that real estate there when applying it to the face. So a really nice option for pre-shave soap from the folks at Stirling. Mentholated pre-shave soap in a nice rectangular bar form. And also their alum block, a very, very generous size. $9 for the alum block, as I recall, $5 for the pre-shave soap. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Viewer Dino Daniel 2237 sent along the following comment. Hey Mark, great 3MB as always. Nice hearing about all the cartoonists you've met and gotten to know. One cartoonist that I found in the 70s while reading National Lampoon was Charles Rodriguez. His style of drawing the average person brought tears to my eyes. Always find your cartoon-related stories interesting. Looking forward to seeing the next 3MB. All the best. Hey, Dino Daniel, thank you very much for that. Really do appreciate it. It was an interesting comment because coincidentally, I happened to be talking to a very good cartooning friend of mine that I got to meet through the National Cartoonist Society, Bill Janoka. Bill Janoka, for many, many years, was the assistant to the late Mort Walker, the creator of the Beetle Bailey comic strip and High and Lois comic strip, that sort of thing. So for many, many years, Bill was Mort's assistant on all the things that happen in Mort's studio. And Bill is a very, very talented cartoonist in his own right. And we were talking about cartooning, the National Cartoonist Society, and also the channel and how I have this shaving channel. And Bill has a collection of original comic art, and he happened to have a comic strip, a Barney Google comic strip from 1931, and he sent along this panel. And here is the character Barney Google getting ready for a shave. You can see he's got the strop and the straight razor there in his hand. And it really is a neat, neat piece of comic art history showing this character using a straight razor and a strop. And this comic strip was created by a cartoonist named Billy DeBeck. And I just marvel at how wonderful the artwork is. With just a few lines, he is able to create that straight razor. And you see the razor blade, and you see the scale coming down the bottom of his hand, and of course the strop that he's hanging onto. Just really amazing, amazing deft cartoon artwork. Now, here's a really neat connection to Billy DeBeck. Billy DeBeck hired a young assistant during the 1930s named Fred Laswell. And Fred was Billy DeBeck's assistant for a number of years. And then right around the end of World War II, Billy DeBeck passed away, and Fred came home from World War II service and was given the Barney Google comic strip to continue it. And he put his own spin on it, and it became Barney Google and Snuffy Smith. That's how that all came about. And I got to know Fred Laswell through the National Cartoonist Society. And he became a very, very good close friend. Got to call him Uncle Fred, because if you were good friends with him, you called him Uncle Fred. And that was really, really neat. And had many a conversation with him at the Rubens and also on the phone. He was very much into computers and technology, even in his later years. He really loved that stuff. So we would talk many an hour regarding computers and how they are used in the studio and that sort of thing. So he was just a delight to talk to. Now, here's a really neat story. Billy DeBeck was friends with Babe Ruth. And through Billy DeBeck, Fred Laswell became very good friends with Babe Ruth. So much so that when Babe Ruth was retired, he would come by the studio and say, hey, Freddie boy, let's go to the ball game. And Fred would take the afternoon off and go to Yankee Stadium and sit in Babe Ruth's private box and watch the Yankees play baseball. How about that? And I got to know Fred Laswell. So I can honestly say that I shook the hand that shook the hand of Babe Ruth. That is really neat. Talk about a little bit of cartooning history moving into baseball, all through shaving. You know what? Kind of going full circle here in a way. Cartoon art, shaving leads me to Fred Laswell, leads me to Babe Ruth, and I shook the hand that shook the hand of Babe Ruth through knowing Fred Laswell. What a wonderful, wonderful man he was, and a really, really talented cartoonist. So my thanks to Bill Janoka for sending along the Barney Google artwork of Barney shaving there. It brought back a lot of nice memories of Fred Laswell. Thanks again, Bill. Really do appreciate it. And Dino, thanks very much for the comment, because that got the whole ball rolling. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Chris Bodrab sent along the following email regarding the Phoenix Shaving Cube 2.0 pre-shave soap. And Chris wrote, hey Mark, I remember a conversation on the channel regarding how long the Phoenix Shaving Cube 2.0 would last. I happen to remember this conversation when I opened up a brand new mentholated Cube 2.0, so I took the opportunity to weigh it after I took it out of the packaging, but before I used it, and it came in at 228 grams. After 10 shaves, I put it back on the scale, and it came in at exactly 200 grams. So it looks like the average consumption per shave is 2.8 grams. If this holds steady, which it may not because of the shrinking dimensions of the cube as I use it, then I estimate that it would last for around 81 days or just shy of 3 months. If I remember, I will continue to try to track this over time, although I'm sure I will mess up at some point along the way, because I typically alternate between a few of the different cubes, including the Clown Fruit and Bay Gum, as well as the Razor Emporium Pre-Shave Soap, which I also highly recommend. Happy shaves, Chris. Hey, Chris, thanks very much for doing this. And yes, you recall correctly, we were discussing how long the Cube 2.0 would last in the shave den. And I think you've got it, 90 days or thereabouts, 80 to 90 days, something like that. Really would be interested in knowing how long this particular cube that you have will last. But I think that's a very good guesstimate. About 90 days, 80 to 90 days, something like that. I think that's a very, very good guesstimate. If anyone else out there is tracking their cube use, please comment below and let us know. If you've already tracked it, send us some of the data. Really would be interested in knowing how long the Cube 2.0 lasts. I know I've never tracked it, but I'm telling you, it's lasted a long, long time for me. I'm thinking probably close to those 90 days. That's just a hunch on my part. But Chris, thanks very, very much for doing the legwork on this. Really do appreciate it. And I look forward to hearing your results down the road. Hopefully you'll be tracking it as closely as you hope to. So really looking forward to that data. Thanks again, Chris. Really do appreciate it. This comes from viewer Mark Bagwell. We've been discussing Taylor of Old Bond Street and these inner lids right here that they seem to have discontinued. And we wanted to know what the reason was. And Taylor of Old Bond Street said that they want to save on plastic and that sort of thing. And Mark Bagwell sent along this explanation as to why they had these inner lids in their shave tubs in the first place. Taylor of Old Bond Street discontinued the inner plastic lid on their shaving creams. Does this mean their shaving creams will be drying out on the shelves? The answer is no. Your creams will be fine. The reason for the inner plastic lid was to keep the cream from shifting inside the tub during shipping. It's messy to open up a tub of cream and find half of it stuck to the top cap. So that's the original reason for the inner lid there, so that that cream doesn't shift around, and get stuck to the top of the lid here. So myself personally, I've got a couple of these lids from previous tubs. I never threw them away, and I'm going to hang on to them. But it'll be interesting to see if a lot of folks out there order these creams, open them up, and find the cream on the top cap. And maybe they'll bring back the inner lid if enough people say, hey, you know, it's shifting around in there during shipping. But we'll see. But my thanks to Mark Bagwell for sending along that explanation. Mark, thanks very, very much. There you go, folks. That's why the inner lid was used on Taylor of Old Bond Street's shaving cream tubs. Thanks again, Mark. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark080, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.